Hello everybody, this is Ross James, formerly of Packer Show. I'm doing this video thing, never done this kind of thing before, but Brady asked me to do an article on one of the big plays that Eddie Lacy had. A little background that I have, I'm an offensive defensive line coach at Dubuque Senior High School. We're a 4A, which is the largest class high school in Iowa, northeast Iowa. Here's a picture of me during our pregame warm-ups a few weeks ago. We're currently 3-3, 2-0 in our district, which is the big part of it. Just came off a big intercity win this last Friday. It takes a little more time to kind of try to write everything up and do all that. So I thought the easiest thing to do is to discuss it in a couple pictures and a video cast. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you a GIF from the Packers.com, which is the play we're going to talk about. So this is Eddie Lacy on a 15-yard run. And this is one of the bread and butter plays of the Packers. This is just a standard inside zone play. I don't know what they were all. This came from Packers.com, obviously. I don't know what they were highlighting. Whether they were, I think there was something with right in here showing that he went to the outside instead of the inside. There is a reason for that, which I'll talk about here in a second. So, first thing is to look at what the formation is. So this is a very balanced formation. We call this bunch left or tight left, and they're running a standard over front, a 4-3 defense. So hardest part of this alignment is the fact that it is absolutely balanced. This is to the boundary. This is the field over here. So what happens is you have to balance up your whole defense. In this situation, they were kind of running a read on this side and a man on this side. And the reason I say that, and we'll go back and we'll look at this, you'll see that as the play progresses, these guys are man on, these guys are man on. You'll see what ends up happening is this guy comes out here, so the rover, this is one of the safeties, comes out to the outside with him hard. Now, that means free safety's playing center field. He's reading anything that's coming downfield hard. He's got everything in the flats. He is reading the Sam. This is a Sam, Mike and Will. The Sam is reading anything what this guy is doing right here. So if he goes in the line to block, he is going to fill to the outside. So this is kind of the key that it's a very standard. In fact, we run the same defense at our high school that I coach at. And it's a very standard defense. It's a gap defense. So you look, we have this gap right here covered by the end. This gap covered by the tackle. This gap covered by the Mike. This gap covered by the nose, this gap covered by the will, and this gap covered by the end. Now, as the play progresses, I'll go to my next video here. As the play progresses, we're going to see kind of the keys of what ended up happening. So this wing ends up coming to the inside. So the Sam is going to think that he's blocking down. Now this is one of the keys to this play, because whenever these guys are taught, when these guys block down, they have to fill to the outside gap. So he goes into the line of scrimmage. The Sam now thinks he needs to go to the outside. All right, that's one way to get this guy out of the way. On the inside, this is very typical zone blocking. We call this an ace, so the center and the guard are going to go to the Sam. The backside guard and backside tackle are going to go to the Mike, and they're going to read this backside end or will, whichever one shows. Now, the reason they send this guy out is they're hoping that the will actually widens. You notice that in the video, this guy is coming across late. All right, so they're checking. They want to read one of these guys. So what happens is the atypical zone play is what it looks like. But off of this is also they fake the handoff and they come out here and it's called the naked. So the quarterback will come out to the side and hit this guy on a flat or this guy on a post or maybe a post corner, something like that. So this guy has to be accounted for. So in this defense, they are taking this guy. They roll him over. They take him man to man into the flat to protect against this. Now, this guy is a guy that, it's funny because that video or that GIF had this guy there and wondered why did he go to the outside and all this stuff. Well, I'm going to explain that really quickly. anytime the end gets a down block, the end is told to crash on any kind of zone read, at least in this defense that they're running here, is told to run crash, and he is now responsible for this A gap. All right, he's responsible to tackle this tailback as he starts to come back to the line of scrimmage. So he's coming down the line to do this. Now, as he's coming into this gap, since everything's going to be gap sound, the will then has to fill to the outside for anything that would bounce coming back. Now, typical, like this is how we play it in most cases, and we have obviously some change-ups. But one of the typical things that we do, and this is what they were obviously trying to do, is this end as it comes down line of scrimmage is supposed to do what we call wrong arm. So he would come to the top side, make the puller, any puller, seal him in here and force any runner to go to the outside. So if whether it's the quarterback or the tailback, if he comes back this way, he now has to come this way. He then would fill to the outside gap. So this is what they were doing. The key to this whole play, and I'll go back, is this right here. Because what happens, he goes in the line, Sam fills the outside, he comes up, bangs his gap out, he comes down line of scrimmage, he doesn't know this guy is coming. Even if he did know he was coming, he would play it to the inside, to the top side. But what happens is he gets cut. The will is then playing to the outside, and there is nobody here because he has vacated. So we'll go back and we'll show that very thing. So it's a GIF, so I can't stop that, but you're going to see how that will, this guy right here, fills the outside. So the guy that's boxed sees the end go down, so he fills the outside like he's supposed to. All right? The end, he's coming down. He doesn't realize this guy's coming here. He sees puller. He's going to try to go to the inside. He ends up getting cut, which we can't do in high school. But that's what caused this whole thing. And because this guy goes into the line, the Sam goes the outside, everyone starts to bang their gaps up. All of a sudden, these double teams, you'll notice right in here, this double team goes here to here, washes them out. The backside on zone washes them out again. It's just like a big old snowplow coming here. These two guys take him to him. All right, so it seals all those guys up. See those guys? That is how zone is supposed to look every single time. So go back. This is actually a drawing of the play, and it's just fantastic. I look at this. It's like I kind of wish we could kind of run this. We run zone all the time at our school. We have a back who's rushed for almost 1,000 yards this year already after 6 games. So we do a lot of running, a lot of zone, a lot of power look as well. So I hope that helps. I hope that was okay. Like I said, I haven't talked to Brady. Didn't ask specifically for any kind of audio or video or anything like that. I just felt this was probably the easiest thing to throw up. So just to finish this out, here's a video of my guys. We're running zone to the left here. It's almost the exact same kind of play. You notice how everyone's taking the correct steps to the left. It's exactly the look that we want to have. And I'm proud of my guys. Our pad level's pretty good here. We got a good angle and all that kind of stuff. So these are my guys. I got 3 juniors and 2 seniors, and they're all pretty good ball players, and so big dudes, and which we like, of course. But hey, Brady, I hope that this was okay. If not, edit it, delete it, don't use it. It's all good. By the way, congratulations on Benji's big championship win. So I'll send this along. Everyone at Green Bay Packer Nation, keep listening, keep watching, and hang good. Go Packers.